Put stars in your washing machine, finest stars you've ever seen. Bigger news now when you sing, C-U-Z does everything.
And now Does brings you The Guiding Light, created by Erna Phillips.
Before we go to the hospital, Father, I thought we might drive out to Beverly Hills and stop in to see Bill Barr.
Why do you want to see him, Ted?
For several reasons. When I talk with Bill, I'd like very much to have you present.
Ted, knowing what I do, I think you're being most presumptuous and even considering visiting your brother-in-law.
Knowing what you do?
You've said nothing to me, Ted,
But undoubtedly, Mater has.
And it is true.
Father, we all make mistakes. I'll admit it was very impulsive of me to dismiss Bill. I was angry for the moment, lost my temper. I should like to take the opportunity of explaining this to Bill, and in turn give him the opportunity to resume his position with the agency.
I don't believe you actually want to rectify anything you've done.
I can't believe it's you, Father, talking to me.
It's because I am your father. I don't have to repeat to you, Ted, that I'd hoped that after your marriage to Mater, you'd come to your senses, see things in their true light. I'm disappointed in you.
Well, Father? Mater must have been most persuasive. Just what did she tell you?
From what little I know of the situation, Ted, not even your professing to have been in a temper is a legitimate reason for your having done to Bill what you did.
Do you think you're in a position to say that?
Why are you so determined to have the young man resume his position with the agency? Do you believe for one moment that if you can persuade him to go back, that would influence Mater's feelings for you? If that's in the back of your mind, forget it. Personally, I don't believe there's anything anyone can say or do that would cause Mater ever to trust you again. I believe she hates you, Ted.
Possibly she thinks she hates me. But once Chucky has regained consciousness...
Do you think that offering Bill his old position will be a factor that Mater will consider?
There's a very close bond between Bill and Mater.
You recognized that some time ago, didn't you? Ted, it's dangerous to project yourself too far into the future. Take my advice and concern yourself with the present, your son. I have a deep affection for that little boy. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm remaining here.
Father, everything that can be done for Chucky is being done. It may seem foolish to project into the future, but good heavens, I must project into the future. A future with Chucky. If I couldn't plan, if I couldn't believe that there was a future for him, for us.
Ted, I realize how much he means to you. I also know that you're not interested in Bill, in any of the Bowers. In fact, you're not even interested in Mater. It's only Chucky. That's the way it was. That's the way it is. But I pray to God you'll open your eyes to this selfishness before it's too late.
In spite of Ted's wishes, you've decided to go to the Selby Flats Hospital, haven't you, Mr. White? You've refused to accompany your son on a visit to the Bill Bowers. A visit that accomplishes what? We'll learn more about this in a moment.
For white washes without red hands, I've gone back to Does.
Yes, for white washes without red hands, the swing is back to Does. Does everything in your wash and does right by your hands.
I didn't think about my hands when I started experimenting with some of those no-rinse chemicals, but that was my mistake. What a pair of hands I had. So now I'm back to Does. It's certainly true. Does gives me white washes without red hands.
Is a pair of red hands the price you're paying for doing your wash? Then next wash day, use Does. Inspect your wash carefully. Have you ever seen such dazzling whiteness, such thorough cleanliness, such brilliant colors? Have you ever seen all this with such wonderful care for your hands?
You'll get more out of Does because we put more into it. Only Does, of all leading wash day products, contain such great quantities of rich, real soap, combined with 2 active detergents. Only Does contains these quantities of rich, real soap, balanced with 2 active detergents.
That's why Does gets clothes so wonderfully clean and white, while it gives extra safety for colors and almost toilet soap mildness to hands. Does everything. Get a box today, and you'll say it too.
For white washes without red hands, I've gone back to Does.
Bert, there's no use looking so glum. You might as well enjoy the last few days we're going to be in this beautiful home in Beverly Hills. Would you like me to put another log on the fire?
Much rather you did that than fix yourself another drink.
Yeah, now, look. I've asked you not to refer to my drinking. This is only my third.
Only your third.
If you don't want me to drink at home, there are other places.
Anything to wonder about those other places. Where in the world do you go? What place stays open until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Nice fire, isn't it?
When are we going to move? What's more important, where are we going to move? We have to be out within 30 days.
I want to get out of here as soon as I can.
Do you want me to look around for an apartment?
Apartment? Bert, I'm broke. After I pay the mortgage off, whatever's left, I'm going to give Ted toward the loan.
He hasn't asked you for it.
Not yet, he hasn't, no. You might as well know this now as later. I'm not touching 1 penny we get from the sale of the house. $20,000 goes for the mortgage, and the other $10,000, well, $1,500 will have to go to the agent. But $8,500, that'll reduce the loan I got from Ted to $16,500.
Well, do you have to pay Ted everything? I mean, we could keep a little money to set up housekeeping.
We're not setting up housekeeping on 1 cent Ted let us take. Not 1 cent. I'll be back at work next week, and you and I are going to live on what I make.
You won't be able to get an apartment? Not even a small one?
Oh, we'll rent a couple of furnished rooms. Mrs. Olson will give us 1 or 2 rooms.
Mrs. Olson? You don't expect me to live there.
That's up to you. That's up to you. It was good enough for Charlotte and Ray before he got started, and if it was good enough for them, it's good enough for us. I know it's good enough for me.
Is there any reason why we can't go back and live with your father?
Every reason.
Oh, Bill, sometimes you just don't make sense, that's all.
I think maybe I'm making sense for the first time since we're married.
Well, you're talking through a glass of liquor.
Now cut it out, will you?
Well, it's true.
If you make one more reference to my drinking, I'm walking out. And you needn't call up the family this time to ask if I'm there, because I won't be.
All right. I'm sorry. But I don't understand why you don't want us to stay with your father. Any more than I can understand why we can't keep a few $1,000s of the money we get for the house.
It's the principle of the thing, Bert. The principle.
Forget about principles, will you? Besides, I've got a few bills I have to pay. And if you don't give me the money...
What kind of bills?
Well, I owe Trudy some money.
For what?
I pay some of it back, but not all.
Trudy.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that I bought that mink stole from her.
What? Well, you can return it.
I can't do that.
Yes, you can. Trudy'll understand.
No, she won't.
Where's that piece of fur?
I put it away. I didn't want to wear it until I had it all paid for.
Well, you can make up your mind to give it back to her.
Oh, what's the use? It wasn't hers in the first place. I bought it on time. I just pretended that she let me wear it. She promised she wouldn't tell you it wasn't hers.
You mean to say you bought that fur on time? What did you pay for it?
Enough. Then I have some bills for dresses and things.
Oh. You certainly turned out to be a big help, didn't you? Huh. We didn't have any money, but that didn't stop you from spending what we didn't have.
I felt I was entitled to something.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, I need a drink.
That may be one of the family. Please, Bill. Please don't drink anymore.
All right, I won't. A mink stole.
I'll get it, Bill.
Hello, Bertha.
Why, Ted. I've been waiting for you to call Bill, but I thought maybe...
Is he home?
Yes. He isn't in a very good mood. When you talk to him, Ted, please don't tell him I was down to see you.
Don't worry.
Thanks. Bill, we have a visitor, and you'll never guess who it is.
Every gal who's wash day wise buys her does in the giant size.
And why not? Those giant economy-sized boxes are real money savers. Yes, and with Does, you get white washes without red hands. So listen, if your hands are suffering from one of those no-rinse chemicals on wash day, just you change to Does. See what a pleasure it is to get white washes without red hands.
Does can promise this because of the way Does is made. Only Does, of all leading wash day products, contains such great quantities of rich, real soap, combined with 2 active detergents.
That's why Does gets clothes so beautifully clean and white, while it gives extra safety to colors and almost toilet soap mildness to hands.
Does does everything in your wash and does right by your hands.
So join the swing to Does. Get a giant economy-size box. You'll save money and always have plenty of Does on the shelf. A scene between Ted White and Bill Bauer in the next episode of The Guiding Light, brought to you by Does.
Put Does in your washing machine. D-U-Z does everything.
This is Clayton Collier wishing you good day and good dozzing.